What?
Great job, you're being a hero. Weren't even paying attention. The guy just ran away. Hey internet, it's Jessica and welcome to the Raven Remastered edition. So I actually got in contact with the publisher THQ Nordic and they gave me a game key to try out this game. I was really interested in this because of what the premise of the game is. It's another thriller, crime, action adventure kind of game, and I heard from other people that it kind of closely relates to the feel of like what Uncharted was, and I love the Uncharted series. That is like one of my favorite games to play, so I was interested in this. And what this story is about is it takes place in 1967 and there was an ancient ruby that was stolen from the British Museum and people are suspecting it's the master thief named the Raven, but they're not sure if it's actually the Raven because he's actually been retired or disappeared for a couple of years now, so people are suspecting maybe it's someone else. Hopefully we'll see the point of view from the thief, if it is the Raven, and we'll find out what happens. So, I'm excited to start this game, and I hope it will be wonderful. So, let's start a new game. Alright, so, I hope that, you know, this game will turn out to be very well, because I haven't played a thriller, crime, mystery kind of game in a really long time. I think the last one that I played was The Wolf Among Us, I think? And then before that was Murdered Soul Suspect, and those games are really good. I think Murdered Soul Suspect only needed, like, you know, better controls because it wasn't that great. And considering The Wolf Among Us was more choice-based and you didn't really get to, like, get thrown into the action, I'm hoping that we'll get thrown into action within this game. I don't expect, like, you know, like a gunfight like in Uncharted or something like that, but, like, at least we get to move the character around and explore everything. Ooh. Dun dun dun! Return of the Raven. The Raven and the
Raven's heir. Soon as one of them's caught, another one takes his place. Hey, Harold, have you read this? Harold?
I actually like the art style of this game. And I know this is remastered, so it looks completely different than the original release. Uh-oh. Harold's gone, he's dead!
Harold, you hear me?
You know when no one, you know in like scary movies when they're like, call their friend's name if they don't answer, like you know they're dead, like you shouldn't. Uh-oh, who's that? Is that the Raven? I would say call the police, but he kinda is since he's security, but... Oh god.
I'm a copper. We're on the same side.
A copper? What are you doing here? And where's Harold?
Harold? Well, there's another guard back there unconscious.
That's a bit random. I'm a copper, don't attack me. Like, how do I know?
It's there.
What if he's a bad guy?
Good. Then he hasn't got it yet.
You mean the Raven's heir?
Shh, turn it off. He's gonna steal the eye.
But how do you
Huh?
know?
Doesn't matter. All that matters is that we catch him. Do you understand?
Yeah, but
Do you understand? You and me, mate, we'll be heroes. All right, now, we just have to...
what?
Great job, you're being a hero. Weren't even paying attention. The guy just ran away. Good job, boyfriend. Whoa. Did he kill them? That was very dramatic. Alright, this is starting to be interesting, but the security guard and the cop is an idiot. They weren't even paying attention, the man just stole the jewel. Oh dear. I think the only setback for me, because sometimes it's hard for me to like take away, and since I used to be an animator, the animations for this game is a little bit janky, I'm not gonna lie. Especially you can tell with like the facial animation and stuff. But overall, I do like the art style. It's very, I don't want to say cartoonish, it's very stylized in the sense of like, it looks like a British animation. Like you can tell, like kind of like Tintin and stuff like that. If you've seen the 3D movie for Tintin, it kind of reminds me of that in that sense. And I like it. So there's only 3 chapters to this game, and I'm wondering how long it's going to be. I mean, I would like it to be a little longer, but not too long. And we'll see how the story goes, because we don't really know much about the Raven. I just know that it's an heir, so it could be maybe the original guy's son or daughter, or who the hell knows. Maybe it's like a brother or something. The Orient Express.
I don't have time to play. I'm on duty.
Why is that guy rubbing his hands in the back? Very mature!
But you don't look like a real cop. You don't even have a revolver.
He should go with— oh, I didn't even know we had choices what to say. Oh. Who are you?
What's your name, boy?
My name is Matthew Miller.
And where are you from, Matthew Miller?
From Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. But my mom
Oh.
and I live in England now. She's taking care of some rich old lady. We're on our way to Venice at the moment. We're taking a cruise on a big ship.
Impressive.
Rich kid.
You've already seen half the world. I've spent my entire life in Switzerland.
Must be really boring.
Oh, wow, okay, thanks.
And
Toy
what's
gun.
with the gun? What do you need it for?
It's the Raven. He was gunned down, so now I need a pistol.
Dead birds don't need guns. Nor do live ones.
You don't know who the Raven is, do you? He's the greatest burglar ever. He stole paintings from the Louvre, and those priceless eggs with gold and diamonds and stuff. And Bobby Dobbs says he replaced the crown jewels with rhinestones.
I know who the Raven was. Although, I don't quite buy that bit about the crown jewels.
Burglary in London, so this is where we just saw.
You do know these days there are thieves far more dangerous than your old Raven. 2 days ago, a precious ruby was stolen from the British Museum. There was an explosion. A guard was severely injured.
Yeah, because he flew.
Yeah. And do you know what the papers say?
Talk too much, Constable.
Who's this?
Monsieur. Anton Jakob Zellner.
Or did he pull a gun on you?
No, monsieur.
Get a move on.
Get a move on, he just sits over there.
It's a great honor to work with a celebrity like you.
We
Oh.
appreciate the support of the Swiss.
Okay, so the guy that I'm assuming we're playing
It
as
would
a
be better
Swiss
if you
policeman.
Remain seated and keep an eye on things.
I would like to help. What's going on here? Hey, what's going on here?
Monsieur, your journey on this train is most unusual. Is it related to the burglary at the British Museum?
Not in the least.
I
And
don't
the
believe
safe?
that.
What's that for?
I'll let you know if we need your help, Constable. If you'll excuse me, I'll be in the first freight car at the back of the train for the rest of the trip.
I'm not here to enjoy the beautiful scenery. I am a good observer, and I have finally honed powers of deduction.
Yeah, don't underestimate
Thanks to
him.
that,
I watched the people on the platform in Zurich. I know, for example, that man over there is a violinist.
that would be more impressive if there weren't a violin case next to him.
And I believe that the gentleman in the
I don't
next
like
carriage
people
is
who
a
are like
German
that.
doctor
Like,
on his way to
this
Italy
guy acts
to
like
take
he's
up a
like
new
just a
position.
celebrity
What
investigator.
gives you that idea?
He won't
There's the
take this
rather
man's ideas
skeptics
and like
in
what he has to
Raven's
offer.
And he's carrying a German-Italian dictionary.
Maybe he's just taking a holiday in Italy, following in Goethe's footsteps.
Too much luggage. And no, he's not retiring to Italy either. The suitcases are too shabby for me to believe that he can afford to retire in his late 50s.
All right then, Constable
Zellner.
Constable Zellner. If you're such a clever fellow, what am I doing on this train?
Okay, Constable Zellner, that's our name. He's on holiday, especially for someone. He's guarding someone. Ooh, I don't think he's on holiday. This guy's too cranky to be like that. I think he may be guarding someone. I don't know, cause yeah, let me say
I
that.
think you're guarding something.
Oh really? And what might it be?
Whatever's inside the safe, money, a jewel. Whatever's inside the safe.
Really couldn't say. But it must be very important.
Why is that?
Because you are very important. They wouldn't have assigned the case to you if it were just a trifle.
Let's assume that we really are transporting something very important on this train. And let's assume that it really is my job to see that it arrives safely. Then why isn't the train crawling with police?
Because you don't want to arouse attention. That's like the main thing, right? And it's not a trap. Also, more men isn't necessary, but if it's something important, you definitely don't want to like bring attention to yourself. So I'm gonna say that.
You don't want to arouse attention.
Evident. But why not?
Oh god, maybe it's not necessary?
There are enough police on this train as it is. If there were more, they'd only get in each other's way.
I can assure you that I'd pack every seat in every carriage of this train with police, if it were a matter of deterrence.
You're saying you don't want to scare off potential thieves? Ah, you're laying a trap.
That would explain why it's just me, and not the army, n'est-ce pas? All the same, I can't comment on your speculation. Well,
of course not, because
is
maybe I'm right.
Admit. But the fewer people involved, the better. We'll get along fine without you.
You won't.
Won't? Pardonnez-moi.
I can help, and I will help.
Ooh,
You're in my country,
Zellner's not taking
and
shit.
I've been ordered to assist you, and that's exactly what I'll do, whether you like it or not.
Clever and stubborn. Your commitment speaks volumes, Zellner. But this is my show, and I don't need you. Bon voyage.
But how do you know?
Yeah, walk away. Just walk away. Don't even want to listen to what he has to say. Jerk.
Oh, hello.
You cheated.
I did what?
I saw you talking to the German doctor on the platform. He told you everything himself, and you were just pretending to put two and two together.
And what of it? Do you know who that is?
Who is this kid?
Inspector Nicholas Legrand. You have to impress him if you want to work with him.
I'm going to tell on you.
You'd really
Wow, okay,
tell on
thanks.
me? To the very policeman who shot your dear Raven?
Whoa, it was him?
Mm-hmm. Hunted and killed Europe's most famous burglar.
Maybe he didn't die. Has anyone ever thought about that? It could be like
All
a
right, Matthew. I have
a
to do
Punisher
my work
thing.
now.
Everyone calls me Matt. Well, except for my mom. She calls me Maddie, as if I were a little kid.
Okay,
Whether
that kid is a
Legrand
bit
wants my
random.
help or not, I'll keep my eyes open. Maybe I can change his mind.
Do you want to learn about the game controls tutorials? Usually I skip over, but for the sake of this Let's Play, just in case I miss anything, let's go over the tutorial. To examine an item, move next to it with the left stick. Use the right stick to select it and press X. Select the sandwich on the table. Okay, so we
This
just
morning,
picking
I
up
thought I
shit.
wouldn't be hungry because of all the excitement. Thankfully, I bought a sandwich with me anyway.
If you select the sandwich paper again, you will see the symbol displayed has changed next to the text at the bottom of the screen says, take this sandwich paper, press X to pick it up. Alright. Did he just shove it in his... Why does game characters always do that? They just shove everything in their pants. Very good! Thanks, game! Now press triangle. This opens the inventory in which you can see all the items that that Constable Zellner is carrying. Use the left stick to select the sandwich paper and press X so that it displays in the left top corner of the screen. Paper napkin. Sandwich paper. Okay, now you can use the sandwich paper for the other items and select the apple core on the table and press X. Okay, cool. So you can combine items together and stuff like that, which I assume will be handy when we're starting to look for like evidence of like what happened in the museum and stuff. Open the inventory again and select the sandwich paper and press circle to examine it. Alright. Yeah, but you still... Okay, anyway. Of course, you can also use the item inside the inventory with each other. Select the paper napkin with X and then select the sandwich paper in the inventory with X. Okay, so that. Just wrapping the paper up and it's not that... I'm not gonna comment on that. Let's get rid of it. Dump the litter from your inventory onto the ashtray on Zellner's table.
Every table...
That wasn't too hard, was it? And now you know everything you need to know about the game controls. Have fun. Okay, I thought there was going to be like a notebook or something, so it wasn't that elaborate. Can I move now? Ooh, I can move. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's start examining some stuff. This guy is clipping through the chair.
We are crazy about trains. We don't just have a lot of railroads. We have the most beautiful ones in the world.
Is that true? Any people from Switzerland watching my channel right now? I know this takes place in the 60s, but you know, if you could confirm if you're obsessed with trains.
Would you be so kind as to close the window? I don't want to sit in the draft.
Oh, pardon me.
Oh, okay, sorry. Alright, so we got that out of the way. What about this book?
Vicarage in the Mirror. A detective novel by my favorite author, Lady Clarissa Westmacott. For years now, I've been trying to convince my theater group to stage one of her plays.
Oh, he's into theater as well. Wow, what a well-rounded person. Okay, let's see what else. You can look at the map.
The map shows the different routes of the Orient Express. This train began in Paris and ends in Istanbul as usual. Unfortunately, it will make most of its journey without me. This is the first car. The coal tender should be directly beyond this door, and in front of it, the engine.
Alright, I don't think there's anything much. Maybe we can talk to the guy over here.
The violinist is a good-looking fellow, and he's traveling through the most beautiful mountain landscape in the world. But one can only hope that his violin is better tuned than he.
Oh, okay, we can talk to him. Hey dude, you okay?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Bye. No, where are you traveling to?
Are you traveling to Istanbul non-stop?
No. I'll transfer in Venice to a ship. I'm on my way to Cairo.
Cairo?
Oh.
I'm performing at the reception in the Egyptian Museum there.
Wow. Unusual occurrences.
I'm sure your recital will be a great success. But tell me, did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Anything unusual?
Persons acting suspiciously, for instance.
For heaven's sake, is that cause for concern?
Everything
No,
is in order,
just
sir.
checking.
These are just very cautious people.
I understand. No, I didn't know.
What if he's suspicious? Ever thought about that? Why was he shaking? Is it just because of, you know, he's nervous for, his show? I don't even know. Can we go in here? Oh, hello.
Thanks. Oh,
What was that?
me.
No problem. The uniform is waterproof. Mr.
Lucian. Professor Edgar Lucian.
Oh,
Okay.
a professor. Are you a scientist?
He's just like, can you please get out of my way? I need to
No,
drink my
I
tea.
work at the British Museum in London.
Oh!
You don't say.
Where the ruby was stolen. Hey, the burglary!
So, you were, shall we say, an eyewitness to the burglary 2 days ago.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, no?
Well, there was a lot of commotion, but I didn't really pay much attention to it.
There was a break
Why?
in your museum, and it didn't concern you?
Well, let's just say that nothing that's happened in the last 2,000 years concerns me.
That's a really weird thing to say. Like, he may be innocent or whatever, but that's so weird. You heard it like an explosion, you're just like, oh, it's fine. Just fucking rats in the museum, I'm sure. You wouldn't be like, there's something wrong, like, happening downstairs. I should check it out, or like, call someone? What the hell? Okay, let's see. Where are you going?
Can I ask where you are going?
Of course. To Venice. I'm going to meet some colleagues there.
Oh, Venice. A beautiful city, or so I'm told.
Indeed. But I really have to take my leave now.
You're suspicious! I don't like you! Inspector Legrand. How
Just
about
a
we talk about
moment,
that guy?
please. The famous Inspector Legrand is on this train. I imagine you know him.
No, should I?
You don't know him? And you also don't know what he's doing here?
No. Well, why should I?
I'm getting suspicious of him. He's stumbling too
You're a
much.
representative of the British Museum? There's a guarded safe on the train?
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're trying to imply. And now, please excuse me.
No, bitch, you're not leaving right now. You put your tea down and you're gonna talk to me.
Just one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Here? On the train? No. I can't say that I have. Although I did spend most of the time in my compartment.
I don't trust him. Just saying right now. Anybody else trust this guy? Because he seems like he's up to something or he knows
I don't
something.
want to take up any more of your valuable time, but you do understand, don't you, that what concerns me is the present. and especially the robbery at the museum.
Yeah, of course, of course. It's just... I'm in rather a hurry.
You'll get in touch if you notice anything unusual, won't you, Professor?
Of course, Constable.
Yeah, okay.
What's the matter, sir?
The door. I can't open it.
Ah, we'll sort it out somehow.
Just grab him like that?
But I didn't lock it. I don't even have a key. I asked the steward. He was going to bring me one, but he never came back.
Someone locked it.
Huh.
Find the steward. He needs to bring me the key immediately.
Calm down, Professor. I'll see what I can do.
Dude, relax. Why are you so twitchy all of a sudden?
I have to get back in my compartment.
All right, just
Why? Okay, first of all, I need a comment that the camera angles for, like, the cutscenes are a little bit weird. Let me just say that.
Perhaps a thoughtful conductor noticed that Professor Lucien wasn't in his compartment and locked it.
Okay, let me examine the actual door handle.
You can easily lock the compartment door from inside by turning a little knob.
Oh, it's one of those doors. Okay.
Professor, if you had locked the door from in there, you wouldn't be out here.
That's true.
Alright, let's see if we can, like, find the steward or whatever.
I don't believe it. I never thought I'd ever meet you.
Pardon me, but we'd prefer... It's all right, Miss Miller. I'd like to speak to the inspector.
Unfortunately, just a constable, Lady Westmacott. I'm reading The Vicarage in the Mirror right now, for the 5th time at least.
That's nice, Constable...
Zellner. Anton Jakob Zellner.
This is my companion, Miss Miller.
Companion?
A pleasure.
Okay, look, since we clearly know her somewhat, let's ask what she's doing here.
May I ask what you're doing here? Are you on holiday?
Holiday? Yes, so to speak. The first and last holiday of my life.
Madam?
I've been writing since I was a little girl. It became my job, and now I've stopped. So, this must be a holiday.
You quit writing? Impossible. I have all of your books. Your Detective Partout is my favorite character.
Then I have bad news for you. I killed the old wretch off years ago.
I
Okay.
don't understand.
I'd rather not discuss my work, Constable.
Oh, well, fine.
Okay, where are you traveling to?
Are you traveling to Istanbul, Lady Westmacott?
No, we are on our way to Venice.
How come everyone has been to
Well,
Venice,
we
huh?
To Cairo. As you may know, I have a penchant for archaeology.
That's
I
interesting.
found a few
And then the same with the violinist, he said he was going to Cairo as
As a
well.
young woman. And now I'm doing it again as an old woman.
I see. As a writer, you must be very observant. Am I right? I mean, you have to study the behavior of people around you to create the characters in your novels, don't you?
I solved the mystery of human nature a long time ago, Mr. Zellner. Since then, most people just bore me.
Really? I had the impression you were eyeing me suspiciously as I came in.
Can I just say Zellner's a little bit nosy for a constable? Like...
Did you notice the man who just walked into the next carriage with a cup of tea?
I did. He seemed nervous.
Thank
He was
you!
waiting at the bar for the steward, and since the steward never appeared, he elected to help himself. He took 2 biscuits.
He seems pretty young, but he's already a professor at the British Museum.
Interesting. I'll have to talk to him later. Just out of courtesy, of course.
Of course. Did you notice the blonde man with the violin case?
I certainly did.
What?
He introduced himself and tried to make a good impression. People like him are drawn to wealth and fame, like moths to a flame.
But his charms failed on you.
I know him by name. David Kreutzer. He was a drain on my friend's purse.
Do you think he has a money problem?
People like him always have a money problem. No matter how much you give them, they always spend twice as much and complain.
Is that why you're so, like, nervous or something? Okay.
Did you notice anyone else? What about the doctor?
I notice that you've asked me about everyone, except for the inspector who went in the direction of the freight car a few minutes ago. Isn't that the Frenchman who made his name when he caught the Raven?
I wouldn't quite say caught.
Well, shot. Why don't you ask me about him and my theory about what he's doing here?
I don't think we should discuss Inspector Legrand's investigation in public.
Legrand, right. That was his name. Will he say...
It's not like you're talking about him now anyway.
Constable.
As much as I'd like to keep talking, duty calls.
You were right.
Madam?
I did observe you as you came in. You seemed so... eager.
It's been a long time since I've had a chance to prove myself, madam.
And this is it? Your chance?
I do hope so.
Then grab it. Even small people can make big changes, as my friend Ronald likes to say.
I shall do my best.
What's up with the other lady? Can we talk to her?
Mrs. Miller made a good impression. She wanted to protect Lady Westmacott from me, a pushy admirer. Very diligent. But she does seem a little...
You know what I just realized?
I imagine
all this time?
For her with Matt. And a difficult boss, from what they say.
All this time, I thought all these things he was saying when he's observing stuff, he was saying it in his head. He's speaking out loud, like people can hear you. Oh my god.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes?
Matt the boy. Notice. Hey, Matt the boy.
My little boy, Matt.
That's your.
He's your
Oh,
son.
that's the one. Okay, I understand.
No, I've already met him. Clever little fellow.
We always call him Professor because he's so precocious. If only someone could just drive the mischief out of him.
So they're taking care of the author. Okay.
Did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Oh, I'm afraid not. I was totally focused on my work.
She's always got an awful lot to do, my Mary.
You have to tell me if that's not all right with you.
Good Lord, child. Knit as much as you want.
So, nothing out of the ordinary.
No, Constable.
Goodbye, Mrs. Miller.
Goodbye, Constable.
Okay, cool. What is this? Oh, go to the next card. I was like, what the hell?
An extraordinary woman.
He really should not be talking out loud like this. It's such a bad idea.
Of all time. Yet, they say she can be difficult on occasion, and that she's rather unhappy. There are thousands of things I would like to ask her, but nothing would justify neglecting my duties here on the train.
Okay, what else can we find?
The steward must have forgotten the toothpicks. Normally he would offer them discreetly after dinner.
Ooh, can we pick it up? Yeah, we'll just steal the toothpicks. It's fine. We have pills? What's the pills for? Pills?
Pills. For my heart.
Oh.
I'm supposed to take one if I have trouble. My daughter insisted that I take them with me. She was strongly against this little adventure, but I wasn't about to change my mind.
Does he have like anxiety or something? Oh no, that might be trouble later on if something happens.
Butterscotch. I've loved them since I was a child.
Zellner's such a weird character. He's so weird. He's like he kind of like talks to himself. He's kind of a little bit crazy, not gonna lie. Look behind the bar.
I suppose the steward won't object to me having a look around in his absence.
Alright, let's see what we can find. Hey, let's just take some sweets. Fuck it.
Maybe if I just suck it.
Maybe if I just suck it, shove it in his pants.
The pad on which the steward writes orders, empty. Maybe he didn't use it because there's not much to do today. The steward probably uses the scissors on hard-to-open packages. These days, nearly everything is sealed up tight. A colleague recently told me about dry powdered soup in small bags. I couldn't believe it.
Okay, what else? The drawer.
Perhaps he keeps the compartment keys in there.
Oh, there's... Can't open it. Okay.
Where could he be?
Mr...
Zellner.
Right. How can I help you?
robbery in
Any
London.
news about the robbery in London?
Quite something, wasn't it? It must have been professionals. The way they disabled one of the best security systems in the world. Most impressive.
People were injured.
Well, one cannot execute a robbery of that scale without collateral damage. It seems like...
Can they though? I mean, I feel like the Raven... I don't know.
We can look forward to new and spectacular coups.
I'm afraid I won't enjoy his exploits this time around if the new Raven is so reckless.
That's your prerogative.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The original Raven, he didn't seem like a guy who would just, like, use explosions and shit like that. He seems like your average thief who would just sneak in and get everything and get out. This guy's more destructive. Because I really didn't expect, like an explosion to happen in the beginning, so that was kind of interesting.
There's something else. Do you know where the conductor is?
I'd like to know that myself. I told him to search for my missing suitcase in Zurich. He hasn't got back to me yet.
Why is all the staff, like, missing?
And didn't bother getting back on the train. If we don't crack down on vermin like them, the rabble will rule the world one day.
Well, at the moment, we still don't know what really happened.
He is not here doing his job. That's bad enough.
Tell me, did you notice anything suspicious here on the train or in Zurich?
You mean, except for the fact that my suitcase was stolen on the platform? No. Is there any reason to be concerned?
No.
No, just checking. It's not like I think something weird is happening.
I'm naive. I spotted the inspector from Interpol. Legarde is his name, if I recall correctly.
Legrand.
If you say so. At the train station in Zurich, he put a cash box into the safe, and then kept close watch as it was loaded onto the train. Don't tell me that a man at his pay grade routinely tramps across the Alps just to keep an eye on cash boxes.
A cash box? Like the ones you'd find in safe deposit boxes?
Precisely. And I believe we both have a good idea just what's inside.
Huh. Alright.
I do indeed have a theory, but...
I'm not gonna tell you mine, just tell me yours.
A ruby was stolen in London. One of the legendary Eyes of the Sphinx. The second jewel, an emerald, is rumored to be in a Swiss bank vault, if I remember correctly. Both jewels were supposed to be exhibited together in Cairo for the first time in 50 years. It does make one wonder.
Indeed.
Oh, okay. So they both used to be in the same museum in Cairo 50 years ago. So does that mean that his next hit is going to be like the Cairo Museum? Because the violin guy, said he was going to perform in a museum in Cairo. So could that be like the next target?
Your newspaper caught my eye. May I borrow it for a second?
You can take the section with the article on the burglary. You're interested in that bit, aren't you?
You caught me out.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Don't
shove it in my coat.
Do the same, Dr. Gebhardt.
Goodbye, Constable. It was a pleasant chat, really.
Interesting. Okay, so we learned about that. Is there a way... Go outside. So far, what we learned is that all the staff on the train, like, they've gone missing. They said they would do stuff, but they haven't done anything or got back to the people who asked for help. So I think that's a little bit interesting. And then at the same time, there's, like, suspicion that maybe Cairo is the next museum that's going to be hit.
A box with a padlock. I suppose it contains tools for the train's crew, maybe for coupling and uncoupling the cars. At any rate, it's positioned so that it's easier to reach from the ground than from up here.
So where did we come from? Did we come from here? I don't even know.
The ladder leads up to the roof. It will be suicidal to climb up there while the train is at full speed. The wind, tunnels... No, I'll stay down here.
There might be something up there.
I strongly suspect that the door is locked.
Oh, it is?
No. It's
it's open. Okay. Ooh, okay, this is like the...
Hello?
Who the hell's that guy?
Don't move a muscle, you feathered.
Oh, it's that guy from the museum.
Put the gun down, Robert. If I may introduce Constable Robert Oliver from the yard. And this is the revered Constable Zellner of the Swiss police, who obviously couldn't control his curiosity.
Well, you make it so suspicious, okay? My goodness.
Then I was right. You really do want to lure someone into a trap.
That's none of your business.
Perhaps that someone recently struck in London.
And how would I bait my trap then?
With an eye? An eye on its way from Zurich to Cairo?
Someone has done his homework. Well done.
Okay. Personal
I
investigations.
hope you'll acknowledge that I, as a Swiss policeman, can undertake investigations in my own country.
Are we still in Switzerland?
I could be your eyes on the train, as long as you're here in the freight car.
Oh, really?
Why is this guy such an asshole? I don't understand. Also, what's up with the archaeologist, dude?
Professor Lucien on the train. He's an archaeologist from London.
And what's his story?
Well, it seems someone locked him out of his compartment.
Locked him out?
Well, yes. The door is locked and he's standing outside without a key.
Was it locked from inside?
It may have been. Do you think the locked door could be important?
Professor Lucien plays an important role in this story. Well then, Constable Zellner, be my eyes and ears.
Wow, now he's just like, yeah, you can help us out because you prove your word. Fuck you. I don't like this guy. Who is this?
Report back.
Celebrity investigator. He's such an asshole. Okay, what about the Raven's heir?
What do you know of this Raven's heir?
He tried to blow me up.
Robert, we don't know who we're dealing with yet.
In any event, the new Raven is a more dangerous man than the old one.
How do you know it's a man? It could just as easily be a woman.
Yeah, that's what I was suspecting. It could be a woman too. You don't know. It could be multiple people.
Monsieur?
Never mind.
I go attend to the door now.
Good. And Constable Zellner?
Yes?
Don't bother us unless you have something new.
Sure, as long as your dude doesn't try to shoot us.
The thief might get anxious if there's too much activity in the freight car.
Exactement. Knock twice. Then we'll know that it's you.
Understood. Investigation on behalf of Legrand that takes me one step closer. If I can convince him of my competence, I might even be able to see this case through to the end.
But that's not fair. I feel like this guy doesn't need to prove his competence. He's a little bit nosy and he talks out loud like a crazy person, but I mean, like, he has some worth being a police officer himself. So I kept seeing this at the top, and there's a bunch of pages that we need to see. Return of the Raven, Inspector. So I think these are all his notes, right? Yeah. So if you guys want me to read all of this, I can totally read it for you. Just let me know, and I'll probably read it in the next video or so. And then there's like contents, right? Who is the Raven? So this is what we need to do. Look for clues and unveil the identity of the Raven. Legrand, I have convinced Legrand that I can be of use. Helping the professor open his door would be a good start. So our next objective is to help the professor, who I think is a little bit suspicious. So yeah, he has like profiles and everything. It's kind of like LA Noire when like Cole Phelps is like writing down in his notebook. So I think that's pretty cool. Okay guys, I'm gonna end the first part right here. So please let me know in the comments what you guys thought and if you guys would like me to you know, continue this, because I'm really interested to see like the rest of it. I will say the camera angles are a little bit awkward when they're talking and during the cutscenes. So hopefully we'll get better as we go along. This is only the beginning, so we don't really know, you know, when all the action stuff is gonna happen. We have to like bait the Raven to come to us, and that's exactly what Legrand is trying to do, even though he's kind of doing it in a shitty way by not involving us. But I'm excited to see like how this will play out, and also like what other characters like point of view we're gonna see. I'm very curious about the Raven, and like my take on it is that I don't think it's like it's possibly like more than one person. I really do, and it's possibly a woman. Like, you could think about it, the person's like masked, so you don't even know their identity. It could be a woman, just like the guy said. So we'll see what happens. Thank you once again to THQ Nordic for sending me a game key to play this game, and if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys would like to support the channel, check out Patreon and link in the description, or gawkbox.com/AGirlAndAGame. That's a free way you guys can support the channel, and it will help me continue this series and continue the channel overall. So yeah, please let me know in the comments what you guys thought, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye! As we step inside his chambers, I can hear the door click and lock behind me. Okay, we can't escape now! Then, a moment later, I feel Aeneas' long fingers curl the shimmies over my body. Okay! Alright! Oh, that's a CG. I know I have to still blur it, but that's a CG. Okay.